Let's go behind the mask.
Welcome back to another edition of the Behind the Mask podcast. I am your host, Takeo Spikes, joined alongside by my co-host, better known as
your favorite plus size model, Tutan Reyes in the building.
Plus size model. Listen here, my brother. We got a special guest, and listen, we've been showing a lot of favoritism to some offensive guys on this show. But it's time to get back on the defensive side and bring in our next guest, the future Pro Bowler for the Cincinnati Bengals, formerly from the Minnesota Vikings. Man, y'all give it up for my dog, Trae Waynes. Trae, what's happening, bruh?
Not much. How you doing?
Man, all is good, man. I really appreciate the headset you got going on right now. You want to make sure you hear everything going on.
Right. Yeah, it's a little gaming thing. So, I'm a gamer, so I got the gaming headset, and it was ironically right next to me when, we got on this call, so I figured I'd use it.
Yeah, so I know a lot of fans out there, we like to be interactive and with the gaming. I'm a 2K guy. I had to retire because I whooped so many people's ass. But what's your game of choice, though?
It depends. I got a lot of friends that play Fortnite. I ain't really into that, though. They play Warzone, 2K, Madden. I'll be on Red Dead, though. It's the game that gives me the least amount of stress because I like playing online and stuff like that. When you lag out and all that kind of shit, you get frustrated and I tend to take it out on my family sometimes when I get upset. So I stick to games that don't make me mad so much. So I'm on Red Dead a lot.
Cool, man. I know you've relocated, moved everything from Minnesota, and you relocated to the Cincinnati area. But at this time, you guys haven't even taken a physical. And so how hard has it been to get acclimated with knowing that, hey, we still waiting to actually get started up?
It's hard just because, I'm down here, I moved down here early, trying to, get a head start on things, get fully, part of this team. But, the fact that I still feel like I'm not because of this physical. You don't take your physical, you don't get paid. So it's it's frustrating to be all in. But I'm here participating, trying to get ready for the season. Just got to separate business from, everything. But, it's fine. We're getting used to it.
Yeah, and when you look at the history, man, and you look at the high school that you attended, what is it? Mary D. Bradford High School, right?
I played there.
Well, you played there.
Harborside. Yeah, I went to Harborside Academy, but I played for Mary D. Bradford, yeah. Yeah,
and you had a teammate who you played with in high school as well, Melvin Gordon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so we had him on the show, bro, and great interview, gave us some good insight, man, but when you were both kids just in high school, bro, I remember being in that position and didn't even have a clue because I didn't know anybody personally who actually played in the league. Mm-hmm. But what was those conversations like between you and Melvin at the time when you were in high school? Did both of you guys aspire to go to the next level?
Yeah, so, kind of like you said, we didn't have anybody that we knew or was from the hometown that actually really made it in sports or let alone like football. It's something we both found a, common interest in when we first met. It was actually in middle school. I think it was like 6th or 7th grade or something like that. And, I feel like that's how, our friendship basically started because we got on the topic of, playing football and we were both really competitive with each other. So I think, that helped us, progress to where we wanted to go because, ultimately we had the same goal. And, I think the fact that we had each other allowed us to push each other harder than, coaches did or, anybody else did because, you know, there was a lot of great athletes, you know, in the state and, you know, in our school. But I think, you know, what separated ourselves was, you know, our friend group, our small circle of friends that, you know, also played. We all had that common goal, and, you know, we were willing to put in the extra, you know, work, effort, and time, and separate ourselves from, you know, a lot of the distractions, you know, to keep us focused on where we wanted to go.
And fast forward to this year, y'all both were free agents coming into the off season. Both secured the bag. So salute on that, brother. Salute on that. You know, question.
I ain't get it yet.
You ain't get it yet. Yeah, because you ain't been to the facility, right?
Yeah, I ain't get it yet.
So talk about that process though. Was free agency any different than what you expected, or you know, how was it different? How was it adjusting to the free agency period with the pandemic going on?
Man, that shit terrible. Like it's still going on for me. Like I said, I ain't, you know, I signed here, but I ain't really signed here. You know, I mean, it's, you know, I thought, you know, it was cool at first, and you know, I'm thinking, you know, it'll be done and over with, but you know, 90% of the league, you know, it's done for them. But I mean, I know Cincy and a couple other teams, they still ain't, you know, pay nobody or let them take their physical, so it's technically still going on. And you know, it sucks because, you know, I expressed to my agent, I was like, yo, like I'm trying to like train, you know what I'm saying, but I don't want to like train too hard because, you know, I fuck around, get hurt, then what? Because I ain't, you know, it ain't thin. So, you know, it's a struggle because you're trying to figure out how to train and prepare for something that may or may not happen, and you don't want to like risk injury, as you guys can probably see. You know, a couple guys already got hurt. You know, but it's like, how am I supposed to make myself better without being able to push myself to where I want to push myself to have success? So for me, you know, the free agent thing, it was cool. You know, I was excited for it, but, you know, it's been a fucking headache since it really started. Because, like I said, I ain't signed nowhere yet. I mean, I did, but I'm still waiting until they let us come in and take our physicals to, you know, make it official.
And you're in the area, but you can't even work out.
I've been
obviously
here
at the facility, but you know, it's a new area for you, so you don't know who to go train with, if that's a reputable facility or what have you. So I know that's crazy right now. Because
we moved down here, shit, almost a month ago, and you know, once they told us that, you know, they won't let us come take our physicals, I left. I went to actually Michigan, you know, where my wife is from, and I went to school, and you know, I was training out there because, you know, I actually knew people out there, and you know, I just recently came back because I came in contact with some, you know, people I could work out with here, but. You know, I was telling Mel I could have stayed in Minnesota and took my time. You know, I had a lake house, could have been on the boat, enjoying the summer.
Hey, man,
working
what
out with
the
my
hell
trainers.
you talking about?
Shit, So yeah, I mean, you know, if I knew all this would have, you know, happened, I could have went about it, you know, a little differently, and you know, I could have took my time instead of just up and moving, finding a place quick and trying to, you know, hurry in to get things, you know, started, but. Yeah, I'm just here. Figuring shit out.
I feel you. You're figuring it out on the run. And like now you're a new Cincinnati Bengals. I was drafted to the Bengals back in 98.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Have you had an opportunity to try any of the food there? I know a lot of the stuff has been fast food. One of the things that they're known for. So like, what is it? No. The Coney dogs? From Gold,
I tried that.
Chili?
Yeah, the Skyline shit.
Yeah, Skyline. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the next one there. Yeah. But no, though, bro. Like, I remember, and I look at the history of the Bengals, right? And a piece of me is still with them, regardless of how bad our record was when I was there. But when I look at them and I see them evolved over time, because I remember once upon a time they never made any moves into free agency, period. But now they come back, they make a move by signing you, several other guys, McKenzie, your other corner who was in Minnesota, also Von Bell, who came from the Saints. And then you look at DJ Reader, like, what was it that attracted you to them? Because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say you signed before them, right?
I think I signed after DJ. I think I was
Okay.
like the second one to sign, but you know, it seemed like a good overall fit. You know, you said you're familiar with them. You know, Mike Zimmer came from Cincy, and basically, you know, they run the same defense with a couple tweaks. So, you know, the fact that I was going to be coming to a defense that I was already somewhat familiar with, you know, that was a pretty good sell on my part. And plus, you know, just the coaches, you know, I got a really good vibe from them. And, you know, growing up, you know, I always did like, you know, Cincinnati, you know, as a team. I like the Bengals as a team. And ironically, when I signed here, a lot of, you know, my friends from home, they're like, oh, like you're going to your favorite team. And like, I had forgot about it because, you know, growing up, like I really didn't have a favorite team for a while because I liked a lot of players. So I thought it was kind of stupid to just pick one team when I really liked a lot of the players throughout the league. But, you know, for a while, Cincinnati was my favorite team. But, you know, just the fact that it's, you know, it's a new start, new beginning. You know, I'm excited. And, you know, like you said, the moves they made, it reminds me a lot of, you know, where I came from, you know, defensively. You know, they got a lot of weapons, you know, on the defensive line, you know, linebackers, you know, good young safeties. So, you know, it seemed like a really, you know, good fit for me.
One of the things that, as a veteran, you know, is OTAs. For me, I didn't like OTAs. I didn't like the mini camps. You know, you have opportunity to get injured, as we talked about a little bit earlier. But one of the things you can't deny is the reps, the camaraderie, establishing that leadership, right? So you have all the free agents coming in. Obviously, you guys had the first round pick in Joe Burrow. What do you think the lack of reps for a leader like, or a future leader like Joe Burrow, how do you think that's going to affect the team moving forward?
I think, you know, like you said, you know, just getting the chemistry down, like I think it's going to affect not only him, but, you know, a lot of guys throughout the league. And, you know, me especially, because I'm a visual person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to be going through, you know, the plays, like in person. I got to see it. I got to make mistakes. And, you know, when you're virtually doing it, you know, it's hard to, you know, learn, you know, kind of like that. For me especially, you know, like I said, because I need to be in person. I need to do it. I need to mess up. I need to ask the questions in person to see how it's supposed to be done. But, you know, I think it'll be hard for, you know, quarterbacks as well because they got to get that timing down with their receivers, you know, and stuff like that. And I just think, like I said, being in person is more beneficial than, you know, virtually doing stuff. I mean, it would be different if he was like a veteran quarterback or like he knew the system. But, you know, as he's coming to a new system, new receivers, you know, new center, all that kind of stuff. So it will show, I think.
And I know you guys haven't had a chance to really be around each other, but just hearing them talk and possibly even just looking at him last year during the college football season, like what are the leadership qualities that you see in Joe Burrow that you really appreciate just without even taking a snap against him and with him?
He can control the game. You know, I ain't really watched too much college football, but one I did was, you know, the national championship against Clemson, and you know how he controlled the game. You know, he was really poised, and you know the pressure didn't get to him, and he, you know, he kind of embarrassed the Clemson team that was, you know, probably favored. You know, so I mean that was really impressive to watch, and you know after watching that game, you're like, dude can play.
Yeah, and what do you think about his thoughts when he came out? Because a lot of people ask this, and I appreciate it from my side, but he came out and he just said, look, the black community needs our help, and they have been unheard for too long. Open your ears, listen, and speak. This isn't politics. This is human rights. So now I can tell you my take on that. Like, I think Ryan Clark said it best. He was like, he can throw 100 interceptions and he still will be my guy. I appreciate him coming out saying that because growing up in Ohio and knowing how he grew up, he can relate in a lot of ways. But when you heard his words, how did that make you feel?
I mean, he wasn't wrong. You know, it was a good feeling because, you know, you get a lot of people that, you know, won't say something. You know, the fact that he came out and said something shows, you know, that it shows the support and shows that, you know, he's one of those guys willing to help, you know, change what needs to change. And, you know, it's not going to happen overnight, but, you know, the fact that, you know, you have a young guy like him, you know, stepping into the situation he is and, you know, is willing to be outspoken about it, you know, it's reassuring.
And you, on your social media platform, you've been very vocal in terms of supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. How do you feel that will translate into the season? Do you feel like you may be one of the players that is taking a protest? Do you even think the season will start on time with everything that's going on?
Shit, better so I can get paid. Shit.
You know what I mean? I feel you. So you got we hear the little ones in the background. You got kids to feed.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think I don't know. I ain't never really been, you know, an outspoken guy or like, you know, whatever. You know, I've really kept to myself and, you know, I tried to lead by example, but, you know, it's getting to the point where leading by example isn't enough. You know, Colin Kaepernick tried to do it. He got, you know, blasted for it. And now people are like, oh, wait, he was right. You know, maybe he wasn't, you know. And so it's hard for me to say, you know, what will happen because I don't know what will happen. I don't know, like you said, if the NFL will happen or, you know, vice versa. But, you know, this whole situation, you know, I definitely haven't, you know, held my tongue about it either just because, you know, I don't like seeing and hearing stupid shit and stupid opinions and like if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say something. And like I said on a lot of my social media pages, like if you don't like what I gotta say, hit that unfollow button because I don't care. You know, so it's like, you know, and I've gotten a lot of, you know, support from, you know, my hometown, a lot of like former teachers and stuff like that reaching out saying, you know, they're proud of, you know, the things I've been doing and saying and, you know, stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like, you know, if you have a platform, you got to kind of, you know, step up and, you know, voice your opinion, even though some people might not agree with it. You know, if it's right, it's right. And, you know, I told, you know, one lady that because she tried to say, oh, well, I help a lot of, you know, young black kids. And I was like, cool. Like, you want a pat on the back for being a good person? Like, what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying?
You want
like,
extra credit?
Yeah. Like, that's just being a good person. So I think, you know, once society realizes, you know, it's not a, you know, color thing and, you know, we're one race, then, you know, we'll get somewhere, but we'll see.
Yeah. And you got the support for, like you said, from the people that admired you as a young person, as a young man, your family, obviously, those are the right people to have the support from. And that can just take you wherever you want to go. So salute, commend on that. Also, though, what I wanted to ask you, now you've been in the league, on the field, you've been in the league for 5 years now, right? Going in your 6th year. So you've seen some dope receivers. Who has given you the toughest matchup problems?
That's hard to say because, I mean, you got all these kind of receivers and shit, and they all bring something different to the table. I would say Tyreek sucks. He sucks to go against because he's so fast and shifty. But like I said, you got all these elite receivers. It's hard to pick just one. You know, you got the Odells, you got the, you know, Devontae Adams, the Keenan Allens. So it's like it's hard to pick just one.
So who do you enjoy going up against? Who brings the most out of Trae Waynes?
I really like when I was younger. I like going against Larry. You know, Larry Fitzgerald, good guy. He's a hell of a receiver, but you know, I always enjoyed going up against him the most.
What about his game?
Shit, he's a Hall of Famer. What you mean? You know, he's big body, strong hands. You know, he's really smart. But you know, he's never been one of those guys to talk shit either. Which is, I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. You know, he let his game do the talking for him.
Yeah. What about Keenan Allen from L.A.? I was about to say San Diego. How do you like? What are some of the problems he presents?
Man, he's shifty as hell. Because sometimes you get. Does this camera angle work? That's cool.
Yeah, we still see you.
Okay. I mean, he's a good receiver too. He's like really quick for his size, and you know, a lot of those receivers his size, they aren't really that shifty and quick. But you know, he has really good feet, And you know, he's tough. I've gone against him a couple of times. I've enjoyed every time going against him too, because he's gonna push you and make you work.
Hey, so outside of the game, like we always have to go to something to kind of take our minds away from it, and to where we feel like we're refilled, we're recharged. So we interested in your outdoor life, bruh. Like we did our homework. Yeah, we grown. The outdoor life, the hunting, fishing, etc. So fill us in on that.
Okay, so basically, me and my business partner, we started a hunting outfitter. Are you guys familiar with what an outfitter is? Because usually when I tell people, they're like, "Oh, a clothing line." Like, they think outfit,
that's what I thought.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm from New York City, so I have no clue. So please school me, bro.
Well, I mean, we actually got a lot of clients from that area, from the New York area. Right. But what it is basically we own, land, and people will pay us to come hunt on it and stuff like that. But we're a little different because what we do, a lot of outfitters, they lease their land, and they just cycle guys in and out, and they overpressure the deer population, which means they're doing a lot of shooting, a lot of killing, whatever, not giving the animal a chance to grow and get bigger. So where we own the land, so the difference between us and them, we're making improvements, we're renovating it, we're adding value to it, and because you're not gonna make something better that you don't own, which is what a lot of outfitters can't do because they lease it. So we do that. We have the land renovation project that's part of it, and that's people will pay us. We'll draw up plans. We'll come renovate their properties and make them better and better for hunting and stuff like that. But it's a great business, and we're having a lot of success faster than we thought. We signed several partnership deals, with Cuddy Back, Redneck Blinds, and other ones. And, we're sold out this year. We're 75%, 80%, I think, sold out in the next year.
Wow.
Yeah, we got people trying to pay extra just to get to the top of the cancellation list. So it's, it's moving. We're moving fast. We're moving good. And unfortunately, I don't know if we'll be able to make the ATA show, which is a big, convention for, a lot of outdoors things because of the whole COVID thing. But it's awesome, man. It's definitely keeping us busy, and it's growing. Like I said, it's growing fast. It's growing effectively, and it's keeping us busy for sure.
So a lot of people who are outdoorsmen. Mm-hmm. So give us some insight, or give them some insight as well. What should they look forward to when they come to your property as far as the fish? What do you have stocked out there?
It's hunting. It's all deer, turkey, no fishing.
Okay. All deer and turkey.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. We've had, everybody that's, booked a hunt, we keep getting, texts and letters like how excited they are about it, just because how different we are. We have a 4,500 square foot lodge for, our clients to stay in. We have guides, we have, all the, top of the line, equipment for them to use. We have a chef coming in on the first night, just to, cook a welcoming dinner for them. It's actually funny. We had a guy last year who hunted on our properties. We officially launched this year, but we let him come hunt on our properties, and he came to us because he loved it so much and said, "I would like to guide for your business." And we didn't ask him. He came to us and said, "I would like to do this because I support and I like what you guys are doing so much. I want to be a part of it." So just the fact that we're completely different, I think will just add a great experience for anybody that comes.
So one of the things I heard you say is sold out this year, 75% next year.
I think it's more like 85 now.
Dang, 85.
And
you're killing it, bro.
Yeah,
Well, I've never been hunting. I've known Takeo for 7 years. He's never taken me hunting, never taken me fishing. Some friend I have. But anyway, how can we get on next year being that is already 85% sold? We need the behind the mask team. We need to have a retreat get us out there? How can we do that, man?
Shit, you can go on our website and book something.
For sure.
For sure. I mean, it was, like I said, it's booking fast. And actually this year we have, I believe it's 8 different TV shows that are coming, to camp this year. And we're going to be on like the Sportsman's Channel and, stuff like that. We already had one show come for turkey season. They killed, the first day, their first sit. So they were done. They came in Thursday. They were staying till Sunday. They were done by Friday. They had success that fast. So, they came, they shot. I hunted with them for a little bit. And I think we have 7 more shows coming this fall. But, yeah, I mean, if you're looking to book, go to the website, go to the Instagram.
What's the website? Give the people the info.
Okay, I believe it's. I mean, if you type in on Google Homegrown Outfitters, it should be the first thing that pops up. Okay. And then on there we have the website. We have a whole video of that shows a lot of the properties, the cabin. We have the crew information. We have everything that's needed for it.
Bro, and so I really appreciate your perspective. And the reason why is that I had a friend of mine, he did the same thing that you did, but he did it by himself, number one. And number two, he didn't outright buy the land, but he leased it. And he told me, he was like, Spikes, 5 years later. He was
you're
like,
paying back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was like, he said it was all for nothing. So with you having that, I call it the wise spirit. So with that wise spirit, and you look back in hindsight, you made a lot of great moves. But I want to ask you this. What advice would you give yourself, Trae Waynes, the 2015 first-round draft pick for the Minnesota Vikings, knowing what you know now?
Okay. So before I touch on that, to give you guys a little more perspective on the business, it's in Wisconsin, Buffalo County, which is renowned for its, big deer, big game, is hunting. And just give you a little more perspective. One of the properties we just acquired, we almost got into a bidding war with another family. And when we actually acquired it, they came to us separately and offered us $100,000 check just to back out of it.
Wow.
So they could get So I mean, it's pretty intense up there. But I would say the young Trae, it touches on, what we briefly talked about in the beginning, how we didn't really have that person, who made it to the next level, who made it to the NFL growing up. Because growing up, I thought, this was the way. I thought athletes were, the richest people on the planet. I thought that was the only way to get money. But I'll tell the young Trae, just keep an open mind about, everything in business, because there's more ways in life to be successful than just, being an athlete or, an actor or being in Hollywood and stuff like that. So be more business oriented and savvy and have that open mind for that kind of stuff, because, there's a lot of doors that can be open, outside of football.
Bro, that's spot on, man. And continue to keep living the way that you're preaching, bro, because it's going to bring back many blessings to you. Before we let you get out of here, we like to end every guest with this question. We want you to name your 4 DBs outside of you all time that you would put on your Mount Rushmore.
DBs in general, does it have to be corners, or can it be corner safeties?
It could be corner safeties. Yeah, combination.
Okay, Dion, obviously. How many is there? There's four heads on the Mount Rushmore. Yeah. Okay. Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed. I mean, there's so many.
What you think? What about Champ Bailey?
That's what I was gonna say.
I heard you coming out about
that's what I was gonna say, because I mean, then you got him, you got Revis, you got Pat Pease. I
Charles Wilson.
Fuck, I forgot about him. I'll put Charles up there too. So I would say Dion, Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, Charles Wilson. Because Charles played both. So
Yeah, he did. He did. So,
Yeah,
but it's your Mount Rushmore. It can look whatever you want it to look
No,
like.
I
Look.
know. There's a lot of candidates that can make the cut.
And what's it gonna take for Trae Waynes to get on that Mount Rushmore?
Staying healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
I mean, shit, just taking care of business for real. That's what everybody did. So, they just they made it their goal to become the best, and they made it happen. So that's basically what you got to do. You got to put in the work, got to put in the time, and hopefully it works out.
Well, bro, we wishing you much success. You definitely stay healthy. And I'll tell you this, y'all get to the playoffs and you win at least one playoff game, Cincinnati will definitely want to put you on that Mount Rushmore, man. So
right.
we appreciate the time, my brother. Thank you, man.